Rosie Von Lila.
Good
Rosie,
morning.
Buenos dias. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, New York.
Good morning, and hello to everyone, and hello to little LL.
Yes, he's right here. You saw him.
So Pilar, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to support you here, and it's really wonderful to see these powerful women coming together. I'm really excited about Renovad and what you're creating here, and I'm excited to join on a trip later this year,
yes,
2019. Yes,
awesome.
So a couple different things have come to mind as I've been listening to everyone share. I, earlier this year, participated in a program called the Modern Elder Academy in Baja, California. And I was there for one of the test programs. And even though I'm not yet a modern elder, I'm under 40, but approaching it, everybody there was over 50. And it's a program that's designed for people who are, later in their careers, who are preparing for the second half of their life or are in the second half of their life. And it's really meant to be a recharge session. And so through this program, I've gotten to be friends with a lot of people who are in their 50s and 60s. And it's been amazing watching, how much fun they have at this point in their life, and they're all in different phases. Some of them still have kids, they have teenagers, some of them are empty nesters, some of them are retired, some of them are entrepreneurs starting companies. So it's really diverse. But what I've noticed is that, this year, I went through a career transition. We wound my company down in January, and I've basically had to start over. And I'm watching as my compadres in their 50s or 60s who are switching careers as well are having to start over. And so I noticed similar pitfalls of questions of, am I good enough? Do I have enough degrees? Do I have the right skill set? Oh my God, these people who are younger than me are more appropriate for this job now. Yes. And me, I recently had an experience a couple months ago where it was the opposite of, oh my gosh, I'm meeting with these people in their 50s. They're so advanced in their career. They have more degrees than me. And it's always this question about being enough. And I had this breakthrough.
You are enough, Rosie. Let's make that clear.
Yes, my breakthrough
more than enough.
Oh, you're so kind. You're so kind.
You are.
My breakthrough was that people don't want to work with me because of my degrees and my background. They want to work with me or anyone because they have how they feel when they work with me and what we get to create together and that shared experience. And so I shared that with my compadre who's in his 50s. That's what we call our group, our cohort. We call ourselves compadres y comadres. And so that's one thing, is that the pitfalls continue no matter what decade you are in. And so on that note, I think about how important it is to have daily rituals. And I was just with my mom in California, and we just experienced a huge life transformation event, which was 2 weeks ago. Her apartment in San Francisco burned down, and it was entirely unexpected, and it was so sudden. Like, her life changed in literally 10 minutes. And so I was in California the last 2 weeks to support her and help her get on her feet. And one of the things that we started doing, for the last 4 years, have meditated every single day right when I wake up. And so I started helping her get onto that ritual and helping her, asking her what kind of rituals she wants to have in the morning. And so that is something that is really grounding. And I also, there's all kinds of rituals that one can have, but it's really this practice of creating daily rituals, particularly in the morning. That's something important for self-care. And then I also, what's her name? Ariana Huffington, who's a big advocate for getting enough sleep. I followed that advice to a T, so lots of sleep. And the last thing is recognizing that we never get it all done, and that they're
work in progress.
Yes, yeah. And this whole idea of having a life that is balanced it's from all the women and people I've talked to, there never really is a balance. It's more like some things go great and then other things get less attention. And so it's kind of
maybe it's like a dance, more like a balance.
Yes. And yeah.
Sometimes you dance with a partner, sometimes you go freestyle, sometimes it's a waltz, and maybe salsa.
Yes.
But balance. What's balance? I'm no gymnast,
Yes. And so in that, coming off of this experience with my mom and her literally losing 98% of her material things, I have come to realize how important it is to ask for help and to do it.
Nola, you're not alone. This is for your mom.
Yes,
we're with you.
Exactly.
And Rosie's with you.
Yes.
Right?
So asking for help and doing it in an organized way that people can understand. And like that includes communicating in all different kinds of ways. So I've worked in communications for a really long time. And, in the midst of crisis, what I did was I drew out a little mind map just with markers and pens that showed what we needed at the time. And there's been this huge outpouring of support, not just from that, but that's helped spark people's ideas of how they could help. And so that's whether it's just in your daily life and there's not a crisis, but you need help with your kid getting picked up or whatever it is. I think that we often limit ourselves by not asking for help and not getting creative around our commitments. Like I saw Liliana shared that this was supposed to be the year of me for her.
Yes.
And it hasn't been. And we get stopped in pursuing, we get stopped in our commitments to things because there's always so much going on. But staying committed to something means that we get creative about how we actually make it happen. And I think that's all I have for this morning.
Awesome. Well, that's quite a lot. And again, Rosie, thank you again. Thank you for taking the time to join us today, sharing your wisdom, being part of this community.